The rules that have been changed here, I think from my standpoint, I like them. From my standpoint, they make sense. And if you want it to be quintessentially Canadian, to me, there's only two things that really, really matter. And here they are up on the screen. The new era in the CFL, starting at 26, modified Rouge, which I think had to happen. You couldn't have Rouge, finishes and goofy finishes where a team misses a field goal, but they still win.
Yeah.
Automatic play clock that will kick in, which will change the pacing of the games, especially late. And I understand there's some hesitation there because generally the CFL, the finishes are phenomenal because the clock seems to freeze.
Yeah.
Goalpost location is going to change in the future. A shortened end zone, shortened field. They're going to go from 110 yards to 100. So RIP the 55-yard line. But for me, there's two things. One, you got to just make sure it's all Canadian. None of the back in the day it was Vegas and Baltimore and all. It was always stupid, goofy.
Right.
It's quintessentially Canadian if it's an exclusively Canadian league, which it is. Yep. And you're making sure that there are Canadian players on every roster, which there are, and it's 3-down football. Yep. That's what the CFL is. That's so different. Like it's always been the main difference. Right. 4 downs in the States, 3 downs up here. If you have 3-down football, which you still do in the CFL, for me, these are worthy changes. Try it. Yeah. See if it changes something. The look, the complexion, the feeling of the game.
I don't mind. You're trying to adapt. You're trying to grow the game. You're trying to expand it. We're familiar. I'm super biased. Love Stu Johnston. He's, obviously was our boss for years. Come on, and now he's gone on to the CFL. You can tell he's trying to be progressive and try to do things. Not everything may not land perfectly. We've talked about this before. The CFL is a massive, passionate fan base. I don't know if they like change. I don't know if they will accept everything, but you have to be open to it. It's funny. Tonight I'm going to call my buddies back home because they're the diehards, right? The Elks diehards. My buddy Trevor Ketza, the Ketza family has had season tickets since like the 70s. We're talking like I'm going to ask them, be like, what do you like these, the rule changes? What do you make of it? Because they're the ones every week, asses in the seats. It'll be interesting to see what people make of it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that. Now, I will say, if you're making moves, you're not necessarily thinking of the fans you already have, right? You're thinking of the fans you're trying to attract. And that's what is really going to be on the line here. Because, you said it. Diehard CFL fans who have loved the CFL their whole lives, I don't think they're jumping ship because the benches are on separate sides of the field now. Or because the goalposts are going to move, or the Rouge is going to be modified. You might be sentimental to that, and you may not like it, but are you going to hate it so much you're out? I don't think so. Any change like this, or any time any league or any commissioner implements massive change, it's for the next generation, and that is one thing I'm not sure we have an answer for. Is this enough to get non-fans into the game?
A casual fan
into the game. I'm not sure it is. I'm really not sure it is. Doesn't mean it's not the right play. I just don't know if there's a 25-year-old, who loves the NFL, who's like, all right, now I'm all in on the CFL because the goalposts are moving, or because it's going to a 100-yard field, or the end zones are shortening. I don't know. These are largely cosmetic, which again I don't think hurt. I just wonder if what it's doing is it's the groundwork for more in the future. It's you got to take some baby steps here in terms of where the league is going.